Talk to me about television, because it's not something that everyone's experimented. We had Busu in here. They had done a television experiment because they had won a ProSieben contest, and they had interesting feedback. One time they did a completely independent TV commercial, and they were already waiting for their analytics, and they got nothing. And the second time they did an online and offline kind of combined campaign, and they had success. You guys have some pretty famous TV ads. They're really good TV ads, by the way. Very British, really well done, and very subtle, and I don't know, it was really good. Is that something that was difficult to do? Was it a tough decision to make? It must have cost a lot of money. And how did you come upon that, and how did it work out?
So actually it comes back to this kind of analytical aggression. So the reason we went on TV was we were only in the UK at that time, and we were pretty confident we couldn't work out how to push more spend, so more growth, through our digital channels of Google and Facebook. And we looked around at the market, and it really looked as if TV could be interesting, right? There's all sorts of scare stories about TV, but there's also lots of brands, especially in the UK, that have grown via TV. So what we said is, like, what would you need to believe to think doing TV was a good idea? And you can spend a lot of money on TV, and it can evidently drive a lot of response. And the terrifying thing about it is, when you test Google for the first time, you can test it with £10, right? You need to spend a lot more money than that to get your first result. But again, we knew what number we were going to track with the TV, because Secret Escapes, you go and sign on and give your email address in the first session. Right. So we had a view that we could say, okay, what happened in the 2 minutes after a TV spot or something like that, and what numbers we'd expect to see. And we thought, okay, this sounds just about feasible. Now, coming back to the brand side, the difference between a good TV ad and a bad TV ad can often only be told in retrospect. Right, so we knew we were taking a risk there, but we take a lot of risks with early tests. And as the business grows, if you don't take some of those big risks, you can find yourself kind of losing momentum. Because
to an entrepreneur out there who's thinking about TV, how much is that? How much do you need to spend to really get a test?
So we were told, and I think it's probably about right, that unless you spend a couple of £100,000 on just the media, so buying the space on TV, you won't really understand how your TV advert is going to work at scale. And then, so I think that's probably about right. Then there's a question of how much you have to spend on making the advert, like creating the thing that goes on TV. For us as a luxury brand, we had a view that you didn't want to be that new site with the nasty ad.
Yeah.
Right. So, we didn't spend quite as much on the ad as on the media for the test phase, but it wasn't far off.
Don't miss London Real. Subscribe now.
Many technology entrepreneurs don't know how to pitch their startup, and when you're doing a startup you can't afford expensive PR people and things like that, so you have to pitch the media yourself, and they weren't doing it right. In London you have the financial tech industry is very big, you have a fashion industry, it's very big, media is big, arts, culture, you name it. So all these vertical industries are all equally big. Silicon Valley is no longer a place, it's a state of mind. So if you have that state of mind, you can do anything.